Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a quick run through of Roster Card Baseball. I've just recently got on board with this one and I'm really enjoying it. It uses team sheets from a PDF file. So I have done a screensaver and cropped out the 1976 Cleveland Indians. They have just finished batting. Actually, the Detroit Tigers are up. So I'm going to click on Detroit, indicate that they're the batting team. That brings their team sheet to the top in this little app that I created. And you can see the border is blue to match this color of the batting team. The Indians are now red, which means that they are the team in the field. And they're also the pitching team, which is Pat Dobson down here, which is important because all results above 60 on the two 10-sided die go to the pitcher results right here for Pat Dobson. So in this tool, if I get a roll of 60 or higher, it will automatically throw the team sheet for the defensive team, the team that's pitching in the field, to the top with the red border. So the blue just reminds me who the batting team is, and it has a little batter icon over there. So right now I am in the 7th inning, top of the 7th, and excuse my writing, my scribbling here. I'm trying to write with the little pen with my mouse. We are in the top of the 7th, and see, Rico Carty is up, so I'm sorry, the Indians are up top of the 7th. So let's go with that and click on Cleveland to make them the batting team. Now all I'm going to do to get my initial dice roll is to hit the enter key. And you can see I get my two 10-sided die result of 35 for Rico Carty. I also have a D6 roll here and another single D10 roll here that I use for my automatic stealing system, which is the number after the slash mark. And if this number is lower than that and they're on base, they will steal using this number. And if the catcher on the other team has a strong arm, I'll subtract 10. A weak arm, I'll add 10. So Rico Carty is up, and we have a roll of 35, so I'll go to Rico Carty, and it is between, it's over 29, so it's an out. And the great thing about roster card is the second digit indicates it's a grounder to 5, third base. So it's a grounder to third base, and he's out. Next batter's up. All I'm going to do is hit the enter key. Get a fresh roll, 18. The next batter is George Hendrick, 18. He just missed getting a single because it's over, it's not 17 or below. So it does fall into 21 and below, and he has walked. So George Hendrick is on first base. Brings up Alan Ashby. I'll hit the enter key. 89. You can see that the chart automatically swaps to the pitching chart, the team that's in the field, which is the Tigers. We look at the 89 area from Mark Fidrich. Anything between 80 and 82 would be a strikeout. So it is not a strikeout, but it will be an out. And 89, you can go right here to bring up the little chart for 89, and you can see that for all results that are not in the strikeout range, it's a fly out to center field. A fast runner on third scores, or runner on third scores, and a fast would go from second to third, but we have nobody on second. So it's basically a fly out. It brings up Doug Howard, and even though I'm on these charts, I'm just going to hit the enter key and it'll go right back to going to the next result. So we have a roll 55 for Doug Howard, who's playing first base today. Doug Howard's down here, and it is between 23 and 56, so it's an out. And the great thing about roster card is you can go with that. 5 is a ground out 5, but I have a separate dice roll, and I'm going to click here for my outs. We do have a runner on first. Oh, we have 2 outs. It doesn't matter. He's out. So I could have gone with, if it was not 2 outs, go with a 9-4, runner on first to second, and the result would be hold. So that's it for the top of the 7th for the Indians. I'll try to see if I can get a little 0 on here. Okay. Down bottom of the 7th, the batting team is now going to change, so I'll click on Detroit. You can see they are now the batting team, and then I'll hit enter. Got my 44 roll for Gary Sutherland, who is playing second base today. 44, and that's between 18 and 56, so it's an out. It's a grounder to second base. So that's an out for Sutherland. Bruce Kim is up. Hit enter. 94. It takes me to the pitcher, Pat Dobson. You can see it automatically swapped the team sheet, put this one on top for me. Pat Dobson, 94. Oh, 90 to 91 is a wild pitch check. 90 above 92 and up is, since it's a 94, it's a check of the second baseman. And 5 would indicate it's a range check for the second baseman. A 1 through 4 would be an error check. So we're going to do a range check for the second baseman, and that is Duane Kuiper. And Kuiper is right here. His range at second base is a comma. That's his arm. The comma is his range, which is average, and 1 is his error number. So average means 1 through 3, he's going to make the play on a range check. So I have it built in. You can click on the little 2d6 and it'll give you another re-roll. So 1 through 3, he makes the play because he's average. The exclamation point means he's really bad range, and you would have to roll a 1 to make the play. And an asterisk means 1 through 5, he has good range. So this is an average. 1 through 3 makes the stop, and he does. So it's an out, and that is the second out of the inning. So I'll hit enter. The next batter is Ron LaFleur. You can see it brings the team chart back up to here as long as the results are under 60. Ron LaFleur, 54, and it's going to be an out because it's a pretty high number, and it's over 40, so it's not a strikeout, and it is an out. Ground out to second base because of the second number 4. So Ron LaFleur's out, and that takes care of this top of the bottom of the 7th. We're still 0-0. Not sure if Fidrych is going to get the win on this one with the sucky Lions hitting, or Tigers hitting. So the Indians are up top of the 8th. I'm going to click to make them the batting team. Brings their chart up with the blue border. Hit enter. For the batter, Duane Kuiper. It's a 98, so it went to the Tigers because Fidrych is pitching with a 98, which is a error check. I'm sorry, 6 is a range check for the second number 8 center fielder. So we're doing a range check on Rick Manning. Rick Manning, center field. And I'm sorry, center fielder right now is Ron LaFleur because the Tigers are in the field. Ron LaFleur, he has a comma, so 1 through 3, he makes the play. And he did it. So that's a base hit single for Kuiper. Runner on first. Frank Duffy's up. I'm going to hit enter. To 75. It goes to Fidrych's chart again. 75. It would have to be 70 to 79. For Fidrych, he doesn't give up many walks, so it had to be a 70 or 71 for a walk. So it's an out. The number is 75. Pitcher results here. We have a runner on first base. 75. It's a ground out third base. Second to first, double play. Others advance. So got the double play. Alright, 2 outs. John Lowenstein's up. I'm just going to hit enter from right here, and it'll go right back to the hitting batting team as long as the results are below 60. So it's a 9, and it's a good chance for a hit for Lowenstein. Extra base hit would have been 5 or less, but 11 or less is a single, so he does get the single. And his SBA is a 6. You can see that my check here is a 4, so it's under that. So he's going to try a steal, and so I will do another roll of the 2d10 right here by clicking on it. And for Lowenstein, it has to be 58 or lower. And I'm going to see what the catcher's arm is. Today it's Bruce Kim, who usually caught for has a strong arm for Fidrych. So I'm going to subtract 10. From Lowenstein's success rate of 58. So we need a 48 or less for him to steal the base. And I'm just going to click right here, and instead of a blue or red number, it's going to be an orange number, and it's a 64, which indicates he did not get in his range of 48, which is what we wanted to be safe. So he has been caught stealing, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Alright, so top of the 8th, nothing for the Indians. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Again, I'll click on the batting team. That'll be Detroit, make them the batting team. Hit enter for a fresh roll for Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson is playing left field. And a roll 43 is an out, ground out to first base. Enter for new roll, Willie Horton's the batter. Ooh, there's a good one. Come on, Willie. Fidrich needs some run support. So it's under 7, which indicates it's an extra base hit. So we're going to do another roll, and that roll will use the extra base area. If it's under 45, it's a home run. Under 100, it's a double. Now we're also going to figure in the ballpark, Tiger Stadium, for Willie Horton, a right-hand batter. We're going to add 4. Okay, and then we're going to look at Dobson to see what he does, and we're going to minus 1. So basically, we're going to add 3 to Willie Horton's home run. So 48 or below will get us a home run. And here we go. And it's a 50. So it's a double for Willie Horton. Puts Horton on second base. Alright, no outs. Rusty Staub's up. I'm going to hit enter. We got a 67, so it brings up the pitcher chart for Pat Dobson. 67 is a hit. 60 through 69, you look here, and a hit for him is anything between 60 up to 67. We got a 67, so we have a single. So I'm going to look at the little hits chart to see if Willie Horton can score. And we have a 0 and a 1. We have a runner on second trying to advance home. It's an infield hit, so you only advance 1 base. So anyway, Willie Horton goes to third, and Rusty Staub's at first. No outs. I'm going to hit enter. And Jason Thompson's up with a 20. That's a good roll, too. That'll get him a walk. It's higher than 11, but he did get in there. He got a walk, which loads the bases. Alright, bases loaded. Aurelio Rodriguez, enter. New fresh roll. 94 is going to be a check against the second baseman. 4 indicates an error check, and so the second baseman is Kuiper, I believe. And Kuiper's error is, second base, is a 1. We have to get a 1. And it's a 5, so he makes the play. So it's a ground out to second base. And we have, does the runner score? We have a 1, ground out to second base with a 1, they advance. That does get the run in. Runners advance. Ground out to second base. Systems to run out. So I'm going to say that they had to get the runner at first. And we can look into that further about how that works. When the player makes the stab on a range check. I'm not real clear on that. So we have 1 out, runners on second and third. Tom Verriser's up. I'm going to hit enter and check Verriser 22. He did not get hit by pitch, and it is under his K rating of 24 or below, so he strikes out. 2 outs. We have a 1-1 game at least at this point. And 2 outs with Gary Sutherland up. I'm going to hit enter for a 4. There we go. There we go. A 4 is an extra base hit for Gary Sutherland. So he has no home runs. So a 71 or below will be a double. And over that, I guess it'll be a single. And it's a 31, so we have a double. And we do not have a runner on first, so we have 2 runs in on that double. 1, 2. Wow. That's 3 runs for the Tigers this inning, and it's looking better for Fidrich now. So I'm running out of time. I'm going to finish it up. Bruce Kim, 18. Bruce Kim, 18 would be a walk. Alright, so it's a walk. I'm going to leave you here. We're into the 8 2/3 innings. The Tigers have a 3-1 lead. I only have a few seconds left on the screencast-o-matic. So I'll put this out there, and maybe we'll have more questions, but just wanted to kind of show you what I've gotten done here with Roster Card Baseball. I'm really enjoying it. And so I'll leave you here with the Tigers with a 3-1 lead, and let's see. The actual of this one was Detroit 2-1, so that's pretty good. All right, thanks.